Okay, here's my final thoughts on the Grafton correctional run. I was surrounded by razor wire while I was in there. They have the electric fences and razor wire. But more importantly, I was surrounded by greatness. Let me tell you what I mean. The warden there is a great man. His inmates love him. He loves his inmates. I can just tell, right? Not in a lovey-dovey thing, weird, fluffy thing. He genuinely cares about these guys and he wants them to get better. And like I said before, he wants them to be good neighbors. He ran the race. He was in the yard running laps with these guys. He ran the half marathon. He's out there in his shorts and his shirt, sweating and running and talking with the guys. Everybody knew him. Everybody respected him. He didn't walk around the yard with an armed escort or anything like that, or he wasn't up in his office looking down on the yard. He's in the yard walking with and running with his guys. So he is a great man, and he is a great encourager of men. His staff, the young guy that I worked with through the rec department and his supervisor must have thanked me 100 times for coming out there, and they supported what we were doing, kept asking, what do we need, what do we need? Did everything they could to make that happen. Within reason, because you're inside a prison, so you can't just roll in with food trucks or porta potties or whatever else you would do at a race. You know, there's certain restrictions. But we made it happen, and we put it on within 5 weeks. So that was great. The inmates, like I said before, were great. They thanked me constantly for coming there. They thanked me every week for coming. And it's humbling because here these guys are incarcerated. They could easily just be salty and angry and bitter and all that, but they're not. They're joyful, they're content, and they're grateful. And they express that gratitude by word and by deed, by helping out. So the inmates were great. My mentors were great. So Brett and Mike and Russ came out, gave up their Saturday morning and spent time with these guys and just had an amazing time, and just did everything that they could to engage and invest in these guys' lives. The timer, David Cooper, came out and donated his time to time this race, and just his expertise. And we had to go out the day before, so he wasn't just out there one day, he was out there 2 days just to support what we're trying to do. So I was surrounded by greatness more than I was surrounded by the razor wire. And it just dawned on me while I was in there, is like, this is a pretty good place to be. You know, I'm glad I get to go home, but I also appreciate the goodness that's inside those prison walls, that's inside that razor wire, that's contained within the fences. There's a lot of greatness there. And as a society, I think we're missing out on a lot of greatness there. Again, I know these guys did some horrible things. Not denying that at all. And the people that they hurt, you know, deserve respect and honor and that sort of thing. But at the same time, one day these guys are going to walk out of those walls, those fences, that razor wire. They're going to be our neighbors. So we need to keep drawing out the greatness that they have in them, because it's there. And we need to make sure that we get to experience that greatness when they come out. Thanks.